Hello everybody, and welcome back to episode 2 of Andaron Saga, Lunatic Mode. I am once again joined by Sultan Hardin.
Hello.
And we will be returning to, not restart, that would be bad. Oh wait, what the hell?
I think I just reloaded the last bit of the... I mean, just a few seconds, but...
Oh. The map is over, right? Yeah, okay. Good.
Yeah.
I guess you just didn't...
Yeah, you didn't get to the chapter 2 save, or the guidance save.
I was so scared, I thought I lost my save for a minute. Nice, we got our first guidance though, so these are pretty cool. So,
yeah.
In these guidance chapters, you can move around and talk to members of your party and sometimes other characters as well. These guidance exist purely for optional story purposes. You can skip them if you have no interest in them. When you're done, you can exit the map at the point highlighted by the arrow. P.S. Exiting blah 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 blah. So for this playthrough, I'm probably not going to go through and read every dialogue because it would just make episodes super long.
Maybe like a few standout ones or something like you're like, oh, this interaction's really funny or something like that. I don't know.
Exactly.
I assume that's what you mean when you mean that you're not going to go over all of them. I assume it's just like, this one stood out to me when I played this, so we're going to go over this or something like that.
Exactly. So we'll just probably talk to like whoever seems interesting, you know?
Like the one where the expert is smoking that stick or whatever. Okay, that's probably the most memorable one to me, is whenever she's smoking she's like, she doesn't think she's actually smoking it, and then she's like getting high off of it or something.
I didn't actually know that was a conversation. I haven't seen that one.
It's in like chapter 25 or something like that. It's in like the guidance after that one.
Oh, that makes...
It's pretty late. It's pretty late in the game, but yeah, I do remember that.
That makes sense.
That one stood out to me.
After all the later chapters, I just like stopped reading them because I was like, okay.
Yeah.
I was so burnt out on reinforcements that I was just like, you know what? Let me finish.
Yeah,
this game.
exactly. Yeah.
But I know who we're gonna talk to first here.
Oh yeah, you gotta. I didn't even realize he was in this guidance.
Yeah, I actually didn't see him the first time. I only saw him the second time I played. Huh? What are you looking at? See something on my face? I was just wondering. Who are you? Name's Bottomon. And you? Do I look like I give a goddamn about you? You could be the Prince of Andaron for all I care. That's who I am. Sure, and I'm Lord Alexander of House Speargarden. Somehow I doubt that. Oh man. Oh, I love Buggy. He's great. Ugh. Oh wow, we can actually preview his stats. That's crazy. That's interesting.
I think you can preview his stats, but you can't preview his growth rates. That's how green units work.
Yeah.
You can't check on this. Yeah.
Skills.
I guess because you can see their growth rates, that kind of spoil them being recruitable.
Mm-hmm. That is true.
Maybe that's why. My favorite character.
Do you want to voice him?
What divines? What foul will does this establishment serve? Do they not know which legendary figure stands in their presence? I am Sir Ferdinand VI, son of Sir Joseph the Wormwalker. How dare they place a glass of pig urine before me and call it beer? Butler, you must speak to the fellow who runs this establishment at once. Tell that lazy cur to clean up his act, or I'll rain fire upon him.
Yes, Master Ferdinand.
Come now, where is your usual enthusiasm? Up to it, my boy.
My lord, with all due respect, this bar's owner is a woman.
What? Now that you mention it, I can easily see the problem. Women must never brew beer. They'll curse with their raw emotions, ruining their taste.
Actually, my lord, I believe it was her husband who brewed here.
Naturally, just as I said, you cannot trust a man to do a woman's job. Only women can ferment the rice in a manner befitting this ancestor.
This is not rice beer, my lord.
Simple-minded fool. Of course it isn't. That was a test, and you passed. Excellent detective work as always, Butler. Truly incredible.
I have a name, you know. It's Jeeves, sir.
Names! Only co-owners care enough to remember such trifles. Now pass me another beer. I've not had enough of my fill from this delicious brew.
This fella. He's great. You can really tell why he's the expert's teacher. Spoilers. That trio is like actually the best three in the game.
Best should be the cast of Andaron Saga 2.
Literally.
They're the lords. Three boards.
Like FE7.
Yeah, it's gonna be. It's gonna take. Yeah, it's just gonna be like that. Excellent work out there, young master. Your skills haven't degraded one bit. I'm starting to think the Prince of the Life might have dulled your senses. Now I see that my fears were unfounded.
If Rod had waited 5 more minutes, I had been too drunk to fight. Sadly, I'm far from mastering the art of the drunken dagger.
Honestly, I must ask, what were you thinking, young master? Why would you charge into battle without waiting for my arrival? If the rest of us had delayed for 10 minutes, I'd be burying you. Bravery is a commendable trait, but bravado is a fool's gesture.
Sorry, Sam. There were innocent lives at stake. I couldn't sit back and do nothing. That's not who I am.
Oh? Are you saying that you had you not moved, that man would have died? Was Rod truly bloodthirsty enough to gut him in front of the townsfolk? Your silence speaks volumes, young Master Bardamon. You did not use the brain the Divines gave you. Rod would have waited for the cover of night to kill. You had no reason to risk your life recklessly. Diplomacy would have sufficed.
You don't know that, Sam. Rod would have captured the girl. What if I couldn't find her? If I hadn't taken action, a tragedy might have occurred. What then? Should I apologize to the corpse for my inaction?
I see now.
You do?
Yes, you still feel regret over that man's death in Holtmeyer. It wasn't your fault, young master. That man, nobody could have saved him from death. Not even you. The attack was too swift. I could scarcely follow it with my eyes.
He was cut down right before me, Samuel. I wasn't 10 feet away. You're telling me my hesitation didn't result in his demise?
Perhaps it did. Perhaps it didn't. We may never know. There's no reason to torture yourself over the past. You can't change what happened. You must learn to move on.
Isn't that how you deal with your failures and shortcomings? Consigning them to oblivion? Casting them to the back of your mind?
I live one day at a time. So long as I stay true to my virtues, I have no regrets.
You're right. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said that.
The air is to be human, learning from your mistakes. Do not murder yourself over them. Only then can you find the will to forgive yourself.
Thank you, Sam.
I'm always here if you need me.
He's such a cool character, Samuel.
Yeah, he is. And honestly, I think he's right. Like, you know, something happened in the past, then it's like, you can keep, you know, beating yourself over it, but like, it's just, it's not gonna change, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, granted, the examples I have are a lot less, drastic than the ones that he was talking about with Bottom. But it's like, you go take a test and you fail it or something like that. It's like, you know, as much as you want to not fail a test, it's like, well, you can't do anything about it now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the test is over, you can't go back and undo, you know, your failure or whatever. So, just, you know...
Live with no regrets.
Yeah.
As long as you're true to yourself. That's a good message, honestly.
Yeah.
You know who he's kind of looks like, though? I was thinking, like Christopher Lee, like Count Dooku, you know, or Gandalf.
Yeah, I think so. Even though I've not really seen much of those, but I think, yeah, I do think he sort of looks like, yeah, he does. He does.
We leave the next day at the Royal Lightbringer Palace. You want to be Mortimer here?
I don't know to try how Mortimer would sound, but I'll give it a try. Hello, Bottomon.
Hey, Mortimer. How are you doing, little bro?
I'm busy but energetic. I pray you rested well?
Can't complain. Exerted myself a little more than usual.
From what my aides tell me, you spent some time in the slums. Hope you didn't thrash some poor fellow beyond recognition.
Morty, are you keeping tabs on me?
Only because I care, big brother Bod. If I don't look out for you, who will?
Shouldn't we swap roles? I am the older one here.
I'm only doing as mother would wish.
Hmm.
Also, Badamon, can you do me a favor today?
Only because it's you asking.
Wonderful. Please do not fight with Randall. His Majesty is much too weak for your quarreling.
I promise nothing, Morty. He and I are like...
Quiet. Here he comes. Good morning, brother.
Randall.
I hope you enjoyed your trip to Haltmeyer.
I went on official business. I was not out cavorting with whores. As for the two of you, I haven't come to waste my breath. I'm here to handle father's matters. Divines forbid you might have to socialize with your siblings. Watch your tone, Badamon, you insolent half-wit. Need I remind you, which of us will soon become king? Show some respect, or I'll tear your tongue out. With how often you bring it up, I'd never forget the line of ascension. You'd probably die if you didn't mention it 10 times a day. Humph, I do as I must. You are but a hollow man, a shell devoid of value. Mother would spit in your face if she saw you now. Don't you dare bring our mother into this.
Both of you, knock it off. Give the king at least one final pleasant memory of his sons.
Ch! Bastardly Randall.
Must you bring up mother like that, Randall?
I've no more feelings for that long-dead corpse. You should discard her from your mind as well.
Badamon.
What?
I wanted one thing.
Don't blame me, he started it.
You're such a child sometimes.
Mortimer, Randall, Badamon. It gladdens me my heart to see you all three of my sons together again.
We are pleased to join hands for your sake, your majesty.
Excuse me, my sickness worsens by the day. Simply standing here fatigues me terribly. Father, surely if we search the neighboring kingdoms for doctors. There's no point. I've scoured the entire continent, Badamon. If I must die, then I shall do so on my feet with dignity. Speak not of my health. We've more pressing matters at hand. Mortimer, tell your brothers about the border situation.
Yes, sire. The dragons of Tmade have begun building fortifications in the Emperor Mountains. According to our spies, they've constructed a dozen already in the past month.
What? Filthy snakes! How dare they violate the borders accords! This is an act of aggression! Those mountains all lay within the neutral zone. What are they thinking?
Mate signed the original pact with House Lightbringer. Now that we have laid waste to the Lightbringers, perhaps the dragons no longer see those pacts as valid?
Andaron cannot suffer a war in its present state. You must solve this problem without swinging a sword. Menachite King Bathlu will send his son, Tendaris, to a meeting. As such, I must respond in kind. One of you will go in my place. Send me, father! As the future king, I must act as Andaron's voice. My apologies, Randall, but I refuse. You must stay at my side until I pass. Should I perish in your absence, a disaster might befall Andaron. Very well then, send Mortimer.
Sadly, I have too much on my plate to leave at this crucial time. Our negotiations with the Centaurs have proven frustrating.
That leaves only Badamon. No! I won't allow this! Badamon is incapable of bearing such a load. That flippant fellow will surely... Enough, Randall. My decision is non-negotiable. Badamon will go in my stead. He will leave tomorrow, along with a royal escort. There's no need for that, father. I've made my arrangements already. Bah! Mere commoners and thugs! We know the company you keep! Hold your tongue, Randall. Our rebellion succeeded due to my people's efforts. I trust them with my life, as should you. Randall, as the future king, you should know your own limits. This is Badamon's mission. So long as his troops perform well, he may bring whomever he wishes. However, I shall dispatch one of my knights to watch over him and his men. Fine by me, so long as you don't send Fred. ... Oh no, father, you wouldn't.
Oh man, I want to voice Fred.
You do?
Yeah.
Alright, go ahead.
King Thorgrim, why not? I shall keep Bodemon's depravity in check. No cavorting, gambling, or booze with me on watch.
Oh, divines, it's a nightmare. No complaints, Bodemon. Fred is there to keep you focused on the mission. I won't feel assured without his presence on your escort. Now farewell, my son. Take care and keep on your guard. Yes, father. Early next morning.
Oh, this is that scene.
Mm-hmm.
There you are at last. I hope you were able to sleep well before your journey.
Hey, hey, cousin. Good morning, Morty. And to you too, Isabel. Will you be joining us on this mission? I wish. I have my hands full with managing the city guard. I just came here to see you off. A shame. Another time, then. I'm envious. The Dragon Kingdom is quite beautiful. I've been there once. Anyway, looks like I'm late for work. I'll be praying for your safe return. Be seeing you, cousin. Keep the streets safe.
Are you all prepared for your journey, big brother?
Ready as I'll ever be. My men will meet me outside the capital.
Your journey will take you across Andaron to the Emperor Mountains. Fair weather provided, you needn't more than 2 weeks at the most. Here, let me show you my map. I advise that you take Dawn's Road out of the city and travel along the north coast. Then you will travel through Angrik's forest. Be careful though, it's centaur territory. If you don't provoke them, they should leave you alone, but they are highly unpredictable. Then you should reach the Emperor Mountains. It's quite remote, few people live up there. There is a small village there called Silvermist. You may be able to rest there. Then you will just have to find Prince Tendar somewhere in the mountains. The Dragon King wasn't specific, but he'll send his wyverns to scout for you.
You really thought of everything, didn't you?
Planning is what I do, big brother. Which reminds me of something. Here are some war funds from the treasury. Please don't waste them.
Excellent. Drinking money.
Odd.
Nice 10k to start out with, not bad.
Yeah? Also, I brought something else. Look closely. Recognize it?
Ah, could this be the legendary Holy Blade, Dawn Color? How did you obtain this? Only the King of Andaron is supposed to wield this sword.
I procured it from the treasury. Worry not, Bodemon. The king is too ill to notice his absence. I would feel safer if you bore it during your travels.
I don't know, Mortimer. This blade, it has a history. I'll make more enemies than friends if I wave it around.
Indeed, it is the last relic of the fallen House Lightbringer. Even so, wielding Dawn Color will make you a fearsome foe. Isn't ensuring your safety more important than making friends?
Let me think about it. Wielding Dawn Color will bring Bodemon great power. It will also cause some people to treat him differently. He should only take it if he's willing to bear its burden. Will he accept the Dawn Collar? So are we doing
Okay.
Dawn Collar route or non-Dawn Collar route?
I mean, it's up to you. I haven't seen much of the non-Dawn Color route, but I mean, it's really up to you.
You know what? I think I'm up for a challenge. I don't think I'll need the Dawn Collar.
Alright, that's gonna be interesting.
I cannot in good faith bring the Dawn Collar on my journey. It isn't mine. I am not Andaron's rightful king. Further, I do not wish to draw undue attention to myself. I should travel incognito for this mission after all.
An unfortunate choice, but I can't blame you for making it. Instead, take this sword. It may prove a decent substitute.
A silver blade, indeed. Oh shit, I skipped it. Whatever. Got a silver blade.
Good luck on your journey, Bodemon. Please stay safe.
You as well, Morty. I'll miss you.
Would you say the same about Randall?
I'll miss fantasizing about throwing him off a cliff.
By the time you return, Randall might have already assumed the throne.
Let's not sully our farewell. See you around, little bro. A few days later, near Andaron's north coast. Can't believe Father sent Fred to play nanny. Can't he trust his own son for once? And I can't believe you put me in charge of managing the convoy. What am I to you? A pack mule? You're better than me at handling these things. I just would make a mess of it. That warms my heart, Bod. Really does. Maybe I should ask Fred to take over. Speaking of the devil...
Gentlemen.
Fred?
Wipe that happy look off your face, second Prince Bodemon. I know you're ecstatic to see me, but this isn't the time. We have a mission to fulfill, one issued by the king. Our cause is a noble endeavor.
Of course. We've not far to go before reaching the castle spirit garden, I suppose. We'd better get a move on.
Yes, my home. A house full of gallant knights. My family will be ecstatic about our arrival.
Yes, Fred, I'm sure they will. Do you two see that? I do. Why is there smoke coming from those villages?
We've got a mission to fulfill. There's no time for dilly-dallying. Don't you think you can come up with any random excuse? Don't you think you can come up with any random excuse to shirk your duties? Now with me around...
Of course. Thank you for reminding me, Fred. We certainly shouldn't waste any time here.
Well said, Jaka. At least you've a good head on your shoulders. Unlike that Bodemon.
Indeed. Oh, that does remind me. Fred, could you ride ahead for us? We'll arrive in Speargodden's territory before nightfall. You're our fastest and most reliable rider, after all.
Technically, I'm not supposed to let you out of my sight. But my mother and father will need some time to prepare our rooms. Very well. I shall return post-haste.
Thank you, Fred. That's why you're my favorite knight. Not bad, huh? You madman! How did you convince Fred to leave? I watched you do it, yet I'm still baffled. Easy. I appealed to his pride. He's an egotistical idiot. Now, forget Fred. We need to check on that village. Where there's smoke, there's surely a fire. Just as I expected. Bandits. Not your common ruffians. Look. Vikings from Horheim. Look. It's their longships. Why are the Vikings attacking Andaron? They haven't raided our country in ages. There's no time for questions, Bod. We have to defend these civilians. Let's group up and move out. Aye, listen up, soldiers. Put the villagers out of the line of fire. Use your own bodies as shields. Hurry to save their families. Alrighty, so let's take a look at this next map. Believe this is this a defend map?
It's a survive map. So I guess sort of.
Gotcha.
You wait out 8 turns and then the boss shows up.
Do you notice? I feel like there's less villagers than there are originally supposed to be. I feel like there's supposed to be more.
I saw there was like one near those 2 brigands.
Maybe there's less on Dawncaller route. Or non-Dawncaller.
Or non... Maybe. I don't know, because I've not really seen much of... I've not seen Chapter 2, certainly, on the no Dawncaller. At least I don't remember seeing it.
I haven't seen much of non-Dawncaller route, so this is going to be kind of a little blind for me.
Yeah. How you deal with certain things. I know what makes Chapter 5 a lot harder. Because Chapter 5 and Dawncaller route is probably the easiest chapter in the game, or one of the easiest. But without Dawncaller, I mean, Dawnlot literally lost an Iron Man to getting crit, because he doesn't have the Dawncaller, so...
Remind me which one Chapter 5 is again?
It's the one where you have to, like, duo it with Bodemon and Islanda, but it's more or less just a Bodemon solo, because Islanda can only attack, you know, certain enemies that she even does damage to.
Oh,
of course, with Dawncaller you can just solo it. I guess without Dawncaller, it's more of a duo mission, but with Dawncaller, you might as well just have Bodemon solo everything.
Huh. I wonder then... I'm gonna give like 2 concoctions to Bod. Nah, maybe 1 is fine. No, I should do 2, just in case. Because I'm gonna be sending him off on his own. I'll put all my stat boosters away from now. I'm gonna save them for other characters later on. And,
Fair enough.
I don't think there's any weapons we have in the convoy. Maybe the steel sword. Maybe Coulter would be good with that. Coulter or Thea, maybe.
I feel like Thea might benefit more from a steel sword, because Coulter can always get his power boost from his personal, and throw from 2 range. But Thea doesn't have that 1-2 range, so she might as well go for a bit more strength.
She is weighed down by 5, though, while Coulter would only be weighed
That's
down
true.
by 3. I guess it shouldn't make too much of a difference. I could always trade it over later. Not much battle preps to do anyways.
I think that enemies at this point are not that fast, so she probably still could double some of them with steel swords.
Yeah, without further ado, let's just hop in right now. Might as
Sure.
well.
Yeah, why not?
Blah blah blah, this is just tutorial, we don't need to see this. Alright. So I guess first we should probably see how many of these guys we can take out. This guy looks like an easy target.
The weird thing about Lunatic is that the warriors, or at least on this chapter, are actually probably easier to kill than the unpromoted units, which is really weird. They're often less threatening than the Vikings.
They're about the same, honestly, in stats. It's only slightly higher than this guy.
Sometimes I think the ones that fight, well, the units you're about to get, they're actually a little bit weaker, the warriors are, which is really weird. But,
probably is to not, what do you call them, like overwhelm the units?
Yeah, true. That's probably it. It's still kind of weird the warrior actually ends up being weaker than the unpromoted unit.
It is pretty
like,
funny.
you think they just make the brigands really weak and then the warriors like slightly stronger. But, oh well. I mean, hey, it's easy EXP, because promoted units give you a lot more EXP, and they're not very scary, then that's just great for getting EXP.
Hopefully we can kill all these guys. We should be able to. I'm just worried they're gonna kill a green unit. Let's see. I guess I could have Sham take out this guy. Maybe? Yes.
Well, with the Hoarfrost.
Yeah. I figure anybody can kill the warrior.
Well, I would say give the warrior to whoever you want EXP on the most.
True.
Because that's probably going to be a free level on whoever kills him.
I'm thinking either Coulter or Thea. That seems like the smartest choice. Because Jaka will probably get plenty of opportunities to gain levels later.
Later, but not on this map. With all the axes, he's not going to have a good time here. Maybe have him talk to one of the villagers. Jaka, I mean. Yeah,
that might be
That's
good.
the main way. Yeah. I mean, there's not much else he can do here.
That means less villagers for us to rescue. We just can't leave too many alive. That's for sure. I probably should dance for... But I also can't have Angelina's die. I might have to keep Bottomon around just a little bit, so... Yeah, I'll probably keep Bottomon over here just for the first turn, just so I can kill as many of these guys as possible.
Maybe you could dance Bottomon?
Maybe. But I also gotta make sure that... I think I want to dance for Samuel so I could rescue this guy out of the way.
You could rescue him with Bottomon.
That's
yeah, I mean,
true.
it's up to you. It's up to you.
That's true, I could rescue him with Bottomon, but I want to send him left so he can save the villages. Though it may be a little tricky for him without Dawncaller, because that was my original plan.
I think Samuel's probably the best bet at saving the villages, since he just has a lot of movement. And he's not too scared of taking a... I mean, neither him nor Bottomon are particularly scared of taking a few hits, but I'm like, Samuel has Canto and 8 move, so...
That's true. He even has more... Well, I guess... No, he has more defense and res, yeah, so he's probably a better choice. And more HP.
And he can just reach it faster, that's the thing. That's the main thing. You just want to reach it fast. And Samuel's by far your most... he's by far your best bet at reaching hard-to-reach places fast. Oh, that's a really good level.
Yeah, that's really good.
It could have been a little bit better, but he got strength, and that's what's important right here.
Yeah, that's important for him.
He can afford to miss out on a couple of speed levels because he's already got such a high base speed, but strength he really wants.
So I guess I can have... Yeah, I guess I'll just dance for Bod, since he's the only one in range anyways. And... yeah, I might as well use the steel, or iron blade as well.
Yeah, I've seen you probably want to save the Silver Blade for the next chapter. Because there's some niches that the Silver Blade can do that the Dawncaller can't in the next chapter.
I'm actually interested to see what those niches are.
Yeah, because that's one of the few chapters I did see with no Dawncaller out, and there's some things that you actually gain the advantage of if you got the Silver Blade. Because it has enough raw power to kill some things that the Dawncaller would not let you be able to do. And that things like steel blades just could not do enough sheer damage to do. There's one particular instance of it on the next map. I'll show it to you when we get there.
Just level for the Lunatic. I don't know if I'm actually going to use her, but might as well save the villager if I can.
If she gets good magic levels, I would say she's worth using. In my experience, the reason I didn't use her all the way through is because I don't know if you ever had this instance with, just in general, not necessarily specific to Andaron Saga, where there's you have a staff bot, right? But it feels like they're never just quite in range of what you want them to be able to heal, like with a physics staff.
Yeah.
Like they never reach where you want them to reach. It's like, oh, I'm 2-3 tiles short, but I'm not quite where I want you to be. Where you feel like they should be, but they're not. That's what I always felt like with Lunatic. It's like you're just shy, always 2 or 3 squares, and it just got really annoying.
What is her magic growth? I thought it was...
It's actually pretty good. It's like 50% or something. I wanna voice Bjarki.
Alright, go ahead. I'll be, what's her name?
Barrett.
That's right.
Yeah.
We've arrived, Bjarki.
Yes.
Let's get out there and plunder some villagers.
Edit. You'll look uneasy.
I'm fine. No problems at all.
This is not a war. We must kill women, children.
No, I won't do that. I'll just ignore them. I'll ignore the civilians. I'm only here for their valuables, nothing else.
Bim won't like that. Taking gold is never enough. Isn't enough. Don't push back. Don't hold back. He'll punish you. I'm not sure what accent this is supposed to be, honestly. I know this is supposed to be Norse, but I don't think I can actually do a Norse accent. So it sounds like some weird Slavic accent.
Russian Bjarki. This is.
I mean, to be fair, the ancestors of the Russians technically did a lot of times come from Norse areas, so it's not as ridiculous as it sounds. I guess.
I guess it's not that much ridiculous. This is only my first mission, Bjarki. I'm not like you. I didn't battle with Mistwalkers. I didn't fight in the Dead War. I thought we were going to fight soldiers, not attack innocents. How can you be okay with this?
I see.
You do?
Yes. You value honor. There is none here. I value glory. There is none here either.
Bjarki. Hey, I see lips flapping, but no axes swinging. Get off your arses. We've loot to plunder and slaves to nab. I don't want to hurt these people. I refuse to attack innocent civilians. What? Stupid woman? Don't talk back to me. Know your place. I lead this group. You must do as I command. Defiance means death. There's no honor in fighting the weak. We must follow the Icebreaker Code.
Barrett speaks truth. Our clan detests the dishonorable.
You too, Bjarki? Thankless wench. I pulled you out of the gutter. You were sitting there moping over your dead wife, then I found you. And this is how you repay me? How dare you bring her up? You insult my cousin, Bjorn? I tire of how you stray from the path of honor, bastard. I'll path my foot up your ass. Now stand still, you traitors. I'll lop off your heads, then present them to the Jarl. You would attack us? You've gone mad, Bjorn.
Save your breath. This child is lost. Like the Mistwalkers, you will die here.
I don't fear the man who knew no sleep. Your bodies will make for fine trophies. Fine, be that way. I spit on your corpse, Bjorn. Die a dog's death, you dishonorable lout. Alrighty, so let's talk about our two new friends. Or, I guess we should recruit them first, shouldn't we? So we can see the growth rates. But we're going to have Barrett and Bjarki join us quite soon. And they're pretty good. I'll just have Samuel go ahead and kill this woman, you know.
Yeah. just Samuel things.
Just Samuel things. Hopefully we can get to those villages in time. I don't see why we should.
The closest village you'll have no issues getting to. I don't think I've ever once seen anyone ever mess up that close village.
This one, however, is a bit tricky.
That one, yeah, that one's given me some trouble before.
And we could have... Ooh, that is not nearly enough to kill.
Yeah, that ocean's kind of annoying.
I suppose we could just have Jocko take care of him.
Something for Jocko to do, yeah, finally.
Yeah, he's going to be facing two axe guys next turn, though, so he's going to be on, like, 1 HP.
Yeah.
Although... Do you have a Voln on you? You don't. Oh, shoot. Here we go. I have an idea. I'll just give her the concoction. And then I will trade the concoction over to him, just so he has some healing, in case I can't get to him. Planning ahead a bit. And then we could just have Coulter take care of this guy.
Oh, look, perfect damage. That's nice.
Yeah, that's really nice. I didn't have to waste a knife. And I think... Let's see, how many hits can you take? Probably just one before you die. So 5 defense. Yeah, he can't take 2, so I'll just have to make sure I'm careful with where I put him. I can put him here. With the wind. And we can just have Bod come up here. And he also is in range of the village, or the armory. I could buy a couple daggers, I guess. Maybe some hand axes?
Yeah.
We're probably going to need those, because there's a lot of axe units in this game that I'm probably going to want to use.
Might want a couple of javelins as well.
Yeah.
For Fred and Jocko.
And I guess I could save the rest of the money. I think there's better shops along the way, and we also have the vendor to go to.
But you might want to buy heal staves or something.
Maybe some, like, tomes for when our... for when we got more magic users or something like that.
Yeah.
And...
I mean, hey, you get your second magic user literally next chapter.
True. I'm excited for her as well.
Yeah.
She's gonna be great. Oh. Runa, darling, where are you? The Hornheim Raiders have come. I'm here, Mother. What's happening? Who are the Hornheim Raiders? Dreadful murderers. Violent beast. They savage the lands brutally. Ah, what do we do? Should I try to fight them back? No, you cannot stop a bandit army alone. Mother, surely there must be some way I can help. You're our village's fastest runner. Hurry to the east. Somebody spotted an army lingering in the area. You have to ask them to send soldiers quickly. Okay, I'll grab my bow and run as fast as I can. I left it in our hut. Just give me a minute and... Forget your bow. We don't have time to waste. The Vikings will arrive within the hour. But how will I defend myself? You're no match for those savages, even when armed. Rely on your speed. Move with haste, my daughter. All right, Mother. I understand. I will definitely... I will bring help, definitely. If you can't alert the army, then just escape, Runa. Run away. Save yourself. Live on, my little girl.
I thought it was funny when she said that you can't fight an army of bandits alone. I was like, well, you've never met Samuel, have you?
No, you have not. Runa definitely can't.
Yeah, Runa certainly can't.
I'll take it. It's speed. Can never be upset about speed.
Yeah. So we're gonna talk about the new units, like discuss their viability and stuff like that.
Yeah, of course. I just want to recruit them first,
Oh, okay, yeah, fair enough.
so
yeah,
we can
that
look
makes
at growth rates and all that.
sense. Yeah, that's true. That's a good point. I forgot about that. I just thought they started out as blue units, but I think I just forgot that. Oh yeah, that's
Yeah, cutting it a little close.
yeah.
But Doc is pissed.
Yeah, Donka did not like that.
He's like, screw you and your weapon triangle. Oh, Runa. Please do not die, Runa.
I mean, she's got above average growth, or not growth. She's got above average movement for an archer, so.
Oh man, is she gonna take a hit from this guy? Yeah, I guess so.
She can survive a hit, but 2, I kind of doubt it.
I guess I'd kill the archer.
Yeah.
So, because I forgot to bring 1-2 range for Samuel. I don't even think I had it available, actually. Or maybe
I think you can even see his beard in the little sprite. It's actually pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. I like how they made a lot of the sprites, like one of my least favorite things about FE11 is just that everybody looks like a generic in their battle sprites.
Yeah, everyone. Yeah, exactly.
But like here, it's like they made sure to give everybody something unique to them.
Yeah, like there's, even though sure there's only one, I guess Runa's a sniper, but it's like Haley is also a sniper, but she looks very distinct. There's no one who's gonna look like Haley, you know.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. I think only the map sprite for Runa is generic, but
yeah,
like her in-game battle sprite is like completely unique.
Yeah, there's something I really like about Andaron Saga. It's just that like even two of the same class, two characters that are the same class, still feel unique. They still feel like they fulfill a niche.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I like. You know, like. For as much as people, you know, complain about, like, say, something like Project Ember, I will say that one of the few things it does do that's actually pretty interesting is where it tries to make them more unique. Like, for example, Lorena becomes a Marquess. I'm not trying to pronounce it. But then, like, Lou becomes like a Mage Knight.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, they're two completely different things. Even though they promote from the same class, but they become something else, and I just like that in general when Fire Emblem does that, where it's like, here's two units of the same class, but they each fulfill a different niche.
Yeah,
so,
they like, you know, they switch it up. It's not just like two names.
Exactly.
Like there's like a reason to use both of them without it feeling like you just have two of the same class on your team.
Exactly. Yeah, and and I mean, Andaron Saga does this a lot.
Even with their sages too, like they all get something unique.
Yeah.
Like Chum gets swords, Estelle gets enema, and then you know, Estelle just stays, or not Estelle, Amelia just stays dark magic, but she gets a crit. She has her crit boost, so.
Yeah.
I am Barrett of Olaf's
Dottir.
Olaf's Dostir.
It's pretty much Olaf's daughter.
Olaf's daughter.
Olaf. That's pretty much what it is.
Of Clan Iceberg. My cousin is known as Bjarki Ragnarsson.
Ragnarsson.
I cannot
son of Ragnar. Yeah, but
we have chosen not to kill these civilians. Therefore, the Icebreakers banished the two of us. I beg you, show us mercy. You don't want to kill Andaron's people? I value honor. There is none to be found in butchering innocent civilians. What do you think you were coming here to do then? Plunder, pillage, robbing people's goods? That doesn't exactly make you a paragon of virtue. Why should I trust you? What if you rob my men? A Viking always stands by their words, Sir Salfner. My cousin and I will pledge never to turn against you. Aye, we will. Alright, you seem to have an honest enough face. I'm convinced. Welcome to the Andaron. Welcome to Andaron, Barrett. Olaf's daughter. Olaf's daughter. And for the record, I am Prince Bottomon of House Steel. My cousin thanks you as well, Prince Bottomon. We will fight for your cause. Alrighty, so I guess we could talk about Bjarki first.
Sure,
did you end up using Bjarki?
I didn't, but I kind of regret not using him. Because at first glance, I thought he was that sort of, I guess that sort of trope of like a very slow fighter that can't hit things. And he is slow, but he does have a really good skill, so he actually can hit things pretty well. And he is pretty tanky. He's the closer you're gonna get to an armor for quite a while.
Yeah.
I mean, you just showed the growths. He's got a lot of strength. He's not very fast, unfortunately, but he's pretty tanky. He gets a lot of HP. Ideally, he's there for soaking up hits. If you're lucky, he will level speed enough so that he can actually double things. Ideally, you at least want to not get doubled. So if you can at least do that, that's one thing. Because there are things like Brave Axe and stuff. And of course, since he promotes into a warrior, you can give him like Brave Bows and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, coming from a guy that doesn't usually like the typical warrior sort of build, I think I should have used this guy because, in all honesty, you really could use a good tank in this game, multiple. Yeah. And he certainly does fulfill that role better than most units early in this game. Not to mention he just looks sick. I mean, he's a Viking with that really cool looking beard and stuff like that, and he's got an axe. So I mean, yeah, I do regret not using him. And yeah, I forgot about that. His skill, his personal, is really good for enemy phase. So he's a good enemy phase unit, and not only that, he gives this skill to certain characters that he reaches an ace sport with. I think he gives that to Berit if they get an ace sport. Yeah, I don't know if he gives anyone else sturdy, but I know he gives Berit that because I've heard that's what people have told me is that she gets that upon ace sport. So yeah, his personal is very good. It's one of the best personals in the game, I think, in my opinion.
We might want to consider using him to give that to Barrett if we intend to do the Barrett blast. Yeah, you definitely should. Although keeping him in range of Barrett during the Barrett blast is risky at the very least.
Mm-hmm.
But if we could get the ace support before then to give her sturdy at least, like that's really good on her.
I think you could certainly get ace support by then. I think you can, as long as you deploy them in like every map.
Well, we can certainly try. But I don't know if I'll use him because that speed growth is absolutely terrible.
No, I think they should have upped it by like 10 because like you might be saying, 35% is kind of low. It's more just on the shaky side. Like you'd be surprised.
I think he has the same base speed as Bartray, like or close to.
No. Bartray's is 3, which is just awful.
No, that's terrible.
Yeah, he has like the worst base speed in the series, or probably among the worst.
At least he doesn't get doubled by any of these guys, so that's good.
No, yeah. I don't actually. Maybe he does, but like, if he does, he doesn't take much damage.
Yeah. And then I guess for his cousin Barrett, she's kind of the opposite. I actually have a lot to say about Barrett. I guess so. I think everybody used Barrett, didn't they? I can't think of anybody who didn't. If I had to put her in one word, she's like Rutger, but with bad bases, or well, not bad bases, but with just lower bases.
Okay-ish bases, I guess. They're good, I guess, but
her amazing. Speed is passable enough to where like she has the same defense and same HP as Rutger, around like the same basis there, depending on like hard mode bonuses and all that. But she's tanky enough to just take like 1 or 2 hits, which is really good. And she also has a speed growth of 60. So like in her first couple levels, she's gonna like level speed. And if you look at the guys here, like she's gonna be doubling a lot of these dudes, especially if they're weighed down by their steel axe.
Which actually is a little bit scary for her in this instance because she doesn't want to be enemy phasing a lot. She really doesn't want to.
Yeah.
It's very easy to get her killed that way. So.
I mean, her starting just where she is a little shaky. I mean, she does have the advantage of starting on a mountain, so you probably just don't want to move her off the mountain and let the enemies come to her. But as far as performance goes, if you look at her bases, they don't seem that great, but they grow so fast. 70% strength, 60% skill, and then 50% skill, 60% speed, and then she also has Death Blow, 20% crit, and she gets an extra 15 upon promotion. She makes it so that there's like some enemies in this game that you can't one round, or enemies that you're not even really intended to one round, and she's the only one that can do it with like a Brave Axe or maybe like a Silver Axe or something.
She's like a boss killer, and in that way, like Rutger.
And she
So
really,
imagine Rutger, but with axes. Yeah.
she really just becomes like your like best boss killer. You know, she really just fulfills like the same role that Rutger does, and then she's especially if you do the Barret Blast, which we'll get to when we get to it. But it essentially means she'll get a lot of EXP, especially starting out as a level 1 fighter. She's going to cap a lot of her stats like early on, and then once you promote her, she's going to have like some of the best stats on your team. So she's gonna grow super fast. It's kind of like everything you want Ross to be that Ross isn't, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I would, if I was like giving her like a rating, I would say she would at least be somewhere in like A tier just for her utility alone in combat.
Absolutely. And to give you an idea of just how good she is, not really because I wanted to, but because I was wanting to raise a lot of other units, so I had to bench her for a good bit of the middle game, and I brought her back later on, and she never really fell off. Like, even though I hadn't used her in several chapters, she was still very solid. I mean, granted, she was one of the first guys I got to level 20 and promoted, but even when I brought her back, she was still, like, it wasn't like, oh, she's underperformed. No, she was still doing a very good job, even after not having used her for quite a while. She was still doing a lot of work.
Definitely. I mean, she's easily like one of the best early game units out of like the ones that you can train. Like the only people that has like her damage output potential when trained is maybe Sham, but other than that, like she's probably going to be like, she's like the most worth training out of all these guys up until like a while, like maybe Fred, but we'll talk about him when we get to him. But we'll get back to the map now that we've talked about these two.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot to turn in their animations. Duh. I always forget that. Let's see here. Bjarki and Berit. And she starts with a hatchet, right? No, she doesn't. I don't know why I thought she did.
I don't even know if hatchets are in this game, to be honest.
So.
Maybe? I don't know.
Because doesn't the axe trainee that comes later, he starts with a slim axe, right?
Maybe? Yeah, I think you're right. Something like that.
Alright. Now the rest of this map should go pretty easy now that we've gotten like most of the hard parts out of the way. I think the only thing we really got to worry about is getting Runa to safety. And
I think the hardest part of this map is saving the Runa's village. I think that's by far the hardest part, in my opinion. On hard mode, it's fine, but on Lunatic, there's a lot of enemies you gotta go push through, and they move very fast. So that's what I struggle with a lot. But on hard mode now, it's pretty reasonable. But
by the way, what a cool sprite!
Yeah, it is a pretty cool sprite.
Just so
like I said, you can even see his beard and everything. Like it's very very pronounced.
I also like his armor plating too on his shoulders. That's just so cool.
Yeah.
I may end up using him. I don't know. We'll see. I'm kind of tempted to. Alright, this guy is just a chump. Samuel's just gonna take care of him.
Most enemies are chumps to Samuel, so.
And then, of course, this guy's gonna come over and try to whack me. Wow, Barret doesn't double yet. Interesting.
Yeah, she's like 1 or 2 speed levels away from doubling. But you actually kind of don't want her to get too much speed on this map, at least until she gets away from there.
There's your guy.
Nice try, Jaka. You can't get rid of me so easily. Now I can surreptitiously circle around your flank and sneak back. By the Divines, what's going on here? Hornheim bandits? Since when did those blasted Vikings sail this far down south? Did Jaka give me the slip just to save these people? At least his thoughts are in the right place. He has the chivalrous heart of a true-born knight. But I will not go easy on him, for that is my duty. Jaka should have properly informed me of this matter. I'll have to scold him later once we clean up this mess.
Alrighty, so now we got one more unit to talk about. You probably have a lot more to say about Fred than I do, because you actually used him and I didn't. So.
Yeah, I did.
Why don't you
I didn't regret it. Yeah, I did not regret it. So, I think there's two camps of people when it comes to Fred. So it's either the bases or the growth camp. Bases camp will say this is a very solid unit. He's probably got some of the best bases in the game at this point, except for like Bodimon and Samuel.
I don't think anybody has as much defense as him if we go through these guys. Like, absolutely none of them.
Yeah,
not even Bod, I don't think. Yeah, literally not even Bod. And
I think it's only Samuel that can hold a candle to him.
Only one.
And he does have, yeah, but that goes to, and he's only beating him by 1 defense. It's not like he's like 5 or 6 defense right now. It's just 1 point. And Fred he's not far off from being able to get. I mean, he's 1 point away from matching Samuel in defense. And yeah, and I mean, like, these stats are really good. Now his growths, if you go over to those, yeah, they're not so great. People will just see 35 across the board and think, wow, that's really bad. You know, like I said, the growth camp will see this and think, this unit sucks. Don't use him. 35%, like I said a few minutes ago, is actually not as bad as people think. It's not great. You're not going to snowball with it, but it's enough so that you can gradually grow. And with bases this good, that actually works really well. Sure, it's, you know, it is definitely possible you can get screwed in a stat or something like that. I won't lie. That certainly can happen. But with everything being around 35%, it means that you might get unlucky in a stat, but you're probably also going to get lucky in another stat. Like, maybe you get, I don't know, maybe you get strength screwed or something like that. But that magic maybe procs more than you think it does, and now you got a flame length Fred.
Oh, that's cool. So, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, it could happen. And even then, it's like he's a mobile tank. You know, he's got really good defense. If he can get a little bit of speed, honestly, I wouldn't like. I know people will be like, "Oh, he's good if you just give him all these stat boosters." Fred is kind of one of those units, but it's like unironically, like give him like 1 speed wings if you can get one. He goes from not doubling to doubling like everything. He's definitely that sort of unit that can do that, and I think it's worth it because, you know, the difference between not doubling and doubling is immense. And yeah, and then he also gets his own. I guess this is later in the game, but he does get his own relic, and no one really competes with him for it. You know, you kind of get screwed out of it if you don't use him. You know. Because it's like, who else is going to use it? So yeah, he's got that for him. And
I believe when he promotes, he can use all 4 physical weapon types. Can he? Maybe not axes.
No, that's you're mixing, because he doesn't become a paladin.
Oh.
He doesn't become a paladin. He becomes the Duke Knight, which is unfortunately Lancelot, but I still think he's a pretty solid unit. What are his skills again?
Well,
I know he's got Canto,
and then he is Perfectionist.
So he's like Sublaki and Fates, or I guess Ferdinand in 3 Houses. He's best at full health. Of course, leveling up usually will screw him over because he's a 70% HP growth. But if you keep him at full health, put him on a 4-star or something like that, he's gonna be really hard to hit.
That's true. And I think another thing that we should notice is 11 Con. That may not seem like much, but you gotta remember, the only Cavalier in the GBA series, at least, that has Con at base that high is Lowen. I believe it's like 10 Con. And he can just basically use like steel blades, or iron blades, I mean, like only way down by like 1 speed.
Not blades. He can use steel swords. He can use steel swords without being slowed down. Now, the thing is, 11's actually a really good number for a lance cav, because that's just enough to wield javelins without being slowed down. So that's actually perfect for him. Because you want to not be slowed down by javelins.
Oh, yeah.
And that's sure, the heavier lances, like steel lance and stuff, will weigh him down a little bit, but even then, not by much. But being able to use javelins without being weighed down is perfect. That's amazing. You know. I mean, he also
weighed down by 2 by steel lances, which is not that bad.
Yeah, it's not that bad. He also starts out with pretty good equipment. He's, like I said, he's got that javelin. He's got an axe reaver, so even though he's lance locked, there's a lot of axe reavers in this game. So he effectively has like lances and swords. So he's sort of like your generic cav in that sense. Generic cav, but way less likely to be RNG screwed because he's actually got pretty good bases. A lot of early game calves in final games, they don't have amazing bases, so if they get a little bit unlucky with their levels, you know, they're bench fodder. But Fred, I don't think so much.
I think his bases are just like too good to like eat. Like I didn't use him my first playthrough, but honestly, like I could field him. Like I could bench him for a couple chapters and then like refield him on the chapter that Elmer joins just to like tank certain chokes, and he would be almost basically at base, and he could still do it. Like he was tanking just as much as Chihiro was. So,
yeah, and the thing is, when trained, you can like there were so many times later in the game when he was trained up, where there just be instances where I'm like, I don't know, this is a little risky, but it's like when in doubt, throw Fred out, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Like he can because the thing is he's a perfect mix of tanky and dodgy.
Mm-hmm.
He's a tank and a dodge tank. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Because like he gets so much HP. That's the one stat he will get. He will get a lot of HP. He's probably gonna be decent in defense. I mean, you could get screwed with it, but he's got a lot of HP. He's got a lot of defense. He's got a lot of avoid. That's a hard unit to kill. Even like a horse slayers, halberds, they'd struggle. They'd struggle to hit him, and even if they did hit him, it'd take like 2 or 3 of them to actually kill him. 2 or 3 halberdiers, like 2 or 3 halberds or horse slayers. Never mind if the enemies don't have those, it's going to take them way more attacks to go kill him.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, he's amazing on enemy phase. He's amazing on enemy phase. You have a scary enemy phase, send that guy out. He can probably do it. He can probably handle it.
I might just use him this time. Because you do drive a good argument for him.
You give him a try. I think he's genuinely worth it. I think the one issue I had with him when and maybe this is just my luck, when I tried using him. Now, he does have a bit of a low luck, so you do want the holy symbol on him. But besides that, mine was just slightly not where I wanted his speed to be. It was just a little bit lower on speed than he should have been. Mm-hmm. He wasn't getting doubled by things, but he was just shy of doubling things. And that did make him start to hurt a little bit. But yeah, he was still like a great knight in terms of like defense and stuff. Like the fact that he had so much movement and defense. So he was still very viable. It's just I got a little bit unlucky with his speed, I think, because he just wasn't quite at the doubling threshold. But I still used him throughout the end. I still thought he was very helpful, even once speed kind of fell off.
We're definitely going to need more tanks as well, because we're on Lunatic, and we're also doing no resets, so there's probably going to be a lot of uses for him where it's just like there's no other way to be safe about this than using a tanky unit.
Like I said, he's got multiple like fail safes. He's got he's tanky, but he's also pretty dodgy. So throw this like I said. Even as much as this hack loves those of PH, as much as they love like the horse slayers and stuff, Fred isn't too scared of horse slayers and halberds. He can use like a couple of them, and they usually won't hit him. Woo! Wow! This Bjarki, use this Bjarki.
Use this Bjarki.
He got speed, and in general, that was just a good level. That was a very solid level.
That was so good. That was like
I think this is a sign to use this Bjarki.
I think the gods want me to use Bjarki.
Yeah, I think they do. I think they're screaming at you right now to use Bjarki.
If he levels speed one more time, I'll definitely use him.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. Getting a few levels of speed early on him, that makes all the difference. Getting good early levels is far better than getting good late levels. Because you want to hit those thresholds faster than you don't want to hit them,
Mm-hmm.
So getting kind of mid levels later on is not too bad if you got really good levels early on, because those can carry you through those mid levels.
Oh boy, we got so many reinforcements coming our way. It's not even funny. I also have to watch out for Runa. I guess I could just keep letting Runa run north as long as I kill this guy. That is what I'm thinking, anyways. And I need these two to just not die. That's mainly
objective survive.
I don't think. Well, Bjarki will be okay, I think, on enemy phase, because he's gonna get the +4 defense.
Yeah.
I really do need to kill this guy though, because he's gonna hit like a truck. Actually, 19. No, he's doing actually barely more than the rest of these guys. But I still think I want to kill him. I don't have a physic, obviously. Yeah, no.
Unfortunately.
Barrett definitely needs to heal. I'm just gonna go ahead and heal with Barrett right now.
The scary thing about Barrett on this map is that she's usually screwed over by RNG, like, and I mean good RNG, like, oh no, I got a low % crit, so I killed a guy I shouldn't have on enemy phase. That's not a good thing for her.
Well, at least she only gets plus crit when she's initiating battle. So
okay, that's true. That is true. Yeah.
Hopefully that shouldn't happen, but I have seen it happen a couple times.
Yeah.
Suffering from success, you know.
Yeah, she definitely has that sort of suffering from success thing on this map, or like leveling speed a little too much. That can really screw her over because then she starts doubling guys she doesn't want to be doubling. Now, in the time I used Barrett, she got really defense blessed before she promoted, so she had like 16 defense upon promotion. Damn. Which is really good. You know, at that point in the game, it was like chapter 10 or something, 10, 11, something like that. And having, like, promoted at 20, and so her stats are actually really good. And then had just like 16 defense. You know, she was my tankest unit, I think, at that point. Mm-hmm. I think she didn't level defense much after that upon promotion, even late in the game. So yeah, I guess her defense did kind of fall off a little bit. But like at that time, she was insanely tanky, and I think she was insanely blessed at that point. I think she balanced it out later on, but still though, being a little defense lucky on a unit is always a blessing.
Mm-hmm. Especially for Barrett, because I think she has like 25 defense growth or something like that. Yeah, 25.
Oh, my Shay was insanely defense blessed. She was like a Malignite.
Ooh, that's
like she's the same defense growth as Barrett, but my Shay was probably even more defense blessed. She had like 23 defense by the end of the game. It was ridiculous.
I have no idea how I'm gonna take care of all these guys. I hope Fred. No, Fred's fine. Fred's so fine. He's okay. The only thing I'm kind of worried about is him taking 2 range attacks from that mage, because maybe she might get lucky, but
I don't think so. I mean, the mage might hit him and do some damage, but I don't think he'll do that much anyway.
Mm-hmm. I don't think... You guys have 1-2 range? No. Not at all. No, he's fine. He is A-okay.
Maybe you can even get Fred in to get some experience.
True, and he does have an Axe Reaver, so...
Yeah, he's got an Axe Reaver, so yeah, he's not too afraid of going in there.
He's just out of range, but that should be fine.
You gonna try to get the Silver Sword?
Is that in the village right above him?
No, that's from the green unit that's about to show up.
Oh, I've never gotten that. Don't I need Bod to go talk to her?
Yeah, be careful with that in an Iron Man.
Yeah, can't she, like, crit you or something? I haven't tried it, but...
He can just flat kill you.
Damn.
Yeah, if you do the wrong thing, she can just go kill you.
I hope not.
I mean, it's pretty easy to know what it is, but as long as you only do it with Bod, you're fine. Because Bod's the only one that she gives the sword to anyway, so, you know... Don't risk
too far away to even, reach her.
I mean, if you get the sword blade, it's probably not that huge of a loss, but I mean...
Yeah. I guess it'd be nice to have.
Yeah.
I'll try if I can get a chance, but I doubt.
I mean, it is the secret objective as well, but...
I really hope Barry doesn't kill herself next turn, because all these guys are low health, and I could just see her, like, accidentally getting hit by one too many guys.
Yeah. Especially if she gets a low % crit or something.
Mm-hmm. All these guys should be wiped out by Sam. Like, you can go grab the hunting bow, I believe, is there, which is going to be really useful. Even if you don't...
Yeah.
Even if we don't train Runa, getting that bow is going to be actually really helpful to us. Just to field her for that one chapter. Or at the very least, we could give it to Samuel.
Yeah.
Because those enemies we'll be facing, I'm not going to spoil what they are, but they are quite annoying. Jaka, goddammit. Yeah, I feel like he's been hit by every 50% like he's ever faced.
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen his dodge animation once.
Man does not know how to dodge.
Not at all.
Well, I guess the German gun does more than I thought it would if it actually would hit.
No, it's not gonna hit. 10%.
Yeah.
Ah, here she is.
Yep, there she is.
Well, 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 what do we have here? I can't believe my cute little nephew is having such trouble. Bahamon, is this all the strength you can possibly muster? Do you think these savages would prove such a problem for you? Oh my gosh. Oh, she is the Hellblazer, damn. She brought everything.
Yeah.
Astra, crit boost. Shit, 5 leadership stars. Thank God
I
she's
don't
a
think
green.
I don't think she has any chance of dying to these guys, like, legit. I don't even think the boss would have a chance of doing anything to her.
Yeah, no. She probably... nothing can kill her.
She could solo this map without anyone's help.
Literally.
I don't even think it's like a... I don't think it's like something you would need to experiment. I think she could just just do it.
I agree.
It'd take... Well, okay, I guess she couldn't get the boats because she can't reach them, but, like... Everything that she can engage physically, and the thing is, they're not gonna hit her. The boats wouldn't be able to hit her anyway. Like
no,
everything,
I doubt they would be able to.
Everything on land is just fodder for her.
I am very worried about these guys up in the north. It's probably not as scary as I'm thinking it is, but there is just enough to where it kind of freaks me out. Wow, good job, Sham.
Well, I guess this isn't a Sham run.
It never is. I never have gotten a good Sham.
I think the game's just telling you to use the sister instead.
Literally.
And the expert as your early game mage.
Of course, of course. The expert is a must-use, no matter how good or bad her levels will be.
She gets like really cursed.
Yeah.
I mean, she gets really cursed. She at least has staves.
That is true.
Does Sham not get staves?
He gets staves.
Oh, okay, he does get okay.
So at least he'll be able to do that.
At least, yeah, I guess he can do that. But then again, a lot of other units can.
Sir, are you the commander of this army? I need help. You're a local. We are doing all we can to repel the Vikings. My village is further of the west here, and it's completely undefended. If the Vikings reach it, they'll kill my mother and everybody else. Don't worry, we will do that. We will do what we can to save them. Wait, I can help you. I'm a huntress and a great shot. I have to leave my boat behind, but if you give me a spare... say no more. I'm sure Jaka might have something for you. Thank you.